Hey everyone, welcome back to Aliens on Toast Gaming, and today we're doing a spotlight on the Avaceratops. Now this little guy is situated between the Taco and the Diablo. It's not very big, it's a very small dinosaur, but he's part of the ceratopsian kind of line of dinosaurs. And this little guy, I'm actually really loving. He came out last week. He's completely new, though he is reusing some of the old assets from the trike, such as the roars and such stuff like that. But I'm loving him so far. He's an adorable little addition to the aisle. Now, the Diablo did have a glitch that came out when it was released, which meant that it couldn't eat. It could only eat on the Region 2 map for whatever reason, which was fine because it didn't actually have to stay alive that long as an Ava and could survive long enough just to wait it out to progress up to the next level. But you can now eat plants. Doesn't matter what map you're playing on, you can now fill that hunger bar and continue playing as the Ava to your heart's content. Now, I mentioned earlier that the Ava is actually smaller than the Diablo, and that is very true. The Ava's pretty much half as much health as the Ava. It's only got 550, it's got 117 hunger, 50 thirst, and 200 stamina. Now the hunger, thirst, and stamina are all exactly the same. Diablo has all of those stats. The only difference is it's larger, which means it's a bigger target, but it's got 1,179 health to make up for that. But I think the Diablo has its own perks. It can make bleed, it can do all that kind of stuff. The Ava's good at hiding, so you can hide amongst most of the shrubbery, most of the flora in the aisle, and make use of that because of your small size. And I think that's really the Ava's biggest advantage. So I mentioned earlier that the Ava actually uses some of the old sound files for the trike, and these are them. So we've got the broadcast call, which is number 1. We have the friendly call, number 2. We've got the aggressive call, number 3. And we've got the cry for help, number 4. We've also got the generic F call, which I'm gonna say is the best. I like that one. The Ava does only have one attack though, and that is its left click. You can't right click. Right click does nothing. However, I have been able to take out a few large carnivores. The Ava is small enough to just wind in and out of the feet of carnivores, or just large dinosaurs trying to attack you, that you can just left click, left click, left click. I ended up taking out a Suko while I was testing this out in a sandbox map, which this is also sandbox, I might point out, playing on the Stoneclaw Highlands map. So I tried it on another sandbox just to see what the Ava could do, and yes, you can take out large carnivores as an Ava. If it helps you kind of figure out how small the Ava is, he's pretty much a footstep size compared to the, the Shant. The Shant is quite large, but next to the Ava, he looks mammoth. This thing is huge, and we're just so small, it's ridiculous. So one of the things that was also released with the Ava update was swimming physics. So now we can see what the Ava looks like when it's swimming, and this is one of the reasons why I love this dinosaur so much, and that's because it does doggy paddle. This little guy, as far as I know, is the only dinosaur that swims like a cumbersome Shih Tzu. I know from first hand how they swim. So this guy wins in that book for me. I mean, I can't think of a better dinosaur to swim like a dog than the Ava. He's essentially just a dinosaur puppy. One thing to be noted of though is he swims super slowly. I mean, you swim, I think, at your standard walk speed, so not your trot speed, your walk speed, which is ridiculously slow. However, there is a way to counteract that, and that is to take a jump into water, and that, for some reason, gives you a speed boost. I wonder if it takes your vertical speed into account, I'm not sure. So jumping into water gives you a much needed speed boost should you need to get away from something, and I think the higher up you are, the faster that boost is going to be. So if you're running away from a Utahraptor, or an Ostro, or a Carno, or whatever, jump into the water. It might be a lifeline for you. Another kind of gauge of how short this guy is, he is smaller than a Dryo. Dryos are taller than the Ava, if that gives you any kind of indication of how teeny tiny these guys are. They're not quite as small as the Velociraptor or the Taco, but damn they're tiny. I mean, look at him compared to this trike. Eventually we will become a trike, but for now, we are just a bite-sized meal that kind of looks like that large herbivore. It is kind of concerning. Another thing to kind of take note of is there is a bit of a glitch going on at the moment where you can hear other dinosaurs' breathing sounds no matter how close they are to you. See, we can hear the running sounds of a Utah at the moment. And of course it's stopped. But it is a glitch, it has been acknowledged by the devs. And it will get fixed eventually. It's not to do with you, it's just other dinosaurs around you. But anyway, this has been a spotlight on the Avaceratops, my new favorite ceratopsian. I'm gonna leave this video here, but thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you, and bye-bye!